Have you ever wondered why some people seem to fall in love instantly while others take time to connect? Falling in love isn't just about feelings, it's a complex combination of biology, psychology, and social factors. Understanding how it works can explain why our hearts sometimes make decisions that feel completely irrational. Love is one of the most fascinating forces in human life, and science can actually help us understand why it happens. Let's begin with the brain. When you're attracted to someone, your brain releases a surge of dopamine, often called the feel-good chemical. Dopamine is responsible for that racing heart, the endless daydreaming, and the thrill you feel when you see that person. It makes interactions with them feel exciting, addictive, and almost impossible to ignore. Interestingly, the same chemical system that drives romantic attraction is also involved in addiction, which is why early-stage love can feel almost obsessive. But dopamine isn't acting alone. There's oxytocin, known as the bonding hormone, which is released during moments of physical touch, like holding hands, hugging, or even just sitting close and talking. Oxytocin creates trust, attachment, and intimacy, which is why these shared experiences feel so powerful. Then there's adrenaline, which triggers physical reactions, sweaty palms, butterflies in the stomach, and a racing pulse every time your heart notices someone you like. These chemicals together create the intense emotions that define romantic attraction. Let me tell you a story to illustrate this. Maya moved to a new city for work and didn't expect to meet anyone. One morning, at a local coffee shop, she accidentally spilled her drink on a man named Erjan. Embarrassed, she apologized, but instead of leaving, Erjan smiled and struck up a conversation. Over the next few minutes, they discovered they shared similar interests and a love for adventure. Maya couldn't stop thinking about him. Afterward, her brain was flooded with dopamine. When they met again, the small touches, shared laughter, and even prolonged eye contact released oxytocin, making them feel an immediate connection. Within weeks, their chance meeting blossomed into a romantic bond. Maya's story shows how biology and psychology work together in creating love. Beyond biology, psychology plays a key role. Shared values, humor, and emotional understanding significantly increase attraction. Researchers have found that couples with similar personalities and worldviews tend to have more lasting relationships. Then there's the concept of attachment styles, which shapes how we form and maintain romantic connections. People with secure attachment can form close, trusting relationships with ease. Those with anxious attachment may crave intimacy, but fear rejection, while avoidant individuals tend to keep emotional distance. Understanding attachment styles can explain why some relationships feel effortless, while others seem fraught with challenges. Nonverbal cues are equally important in falling in love. Subtle behaviors like prolonged eye contact, smiles, body posture, and tone of voice communicate attraction before words are even spoken. Think about it: when someone smiles warmly, leans slightly closer, or lightly touches your arm, your brain begins to signal trust and connection subconsciously. Often, you don't even realize you're attracted until your body has already responded. Social and environmental factors also influence love. Being in the same place at the right time can make all the difference. Shared experiences, such as traveling together, attending events, or tackling challenges side by side, strengthen emotional bonds. Researchers describe a phenomenon called misattribution of arousal, where the excitement from an activity like riding a roller coaster gets subconsciously associated with the person you're with. Your brain links the thrill to the other person, intensifying feelings of attraction. Then there's the role of familiarity and proximity. People tend to develop attraction for those they see often. Classmates, coworkers, and neighbors often form romantic relationships, simply because repeated exposure fosters comfort and trust. Even the mere exposure effect, a well-studied psychological phenomenon, shows that repeated interaction makes us like someone more, sometimes without even noticing why. Of course, first impressions are also powerful. Humans subconsciously evaluate potential partners based on appearance, confidence, and subtle social cues. While attraction isn't purely about looks, symmetry in facial features, vocal tone, and even scent can influence whether we feel drawn to someone. Studies show that pheromones' chemical signals in scent can subtly affect attraction, even without conscious awareness. As romantic relationships progress, love evolves. Early-stage love, dominated by dopamine and adrenaline, eventually gives way to oxytocin-driven attachment, creating long-term intimacy. Couples may no longer experience the same level of butterflies, but a deeper sense of trust, safety, and emotional bonding emerges. Brain scans of long-term couples show activity in areas associated with reward and bonding, reinforcing how love changes over time. Emotions, cognition, and biology are all intertwined in this process. Falling in love isn't just a poetic concept, it's a series of measurable changes in the brain. People in love often report increased optimism, heightened focus, and even improved creativity. In fact, studies suggest that romantic love can lower stress levels and improve overall mental health, highlighting how deeply intertwined our emotions and physiology are. In the end, falling in love is a coordinated dance of chemicals, psychology, and social context. Dopamine motivates pursuit, adrenaline creates thrill, oxytocin strengthens bonds. Attachment styles guide connection, nonverbal cues communicate attraction, and shared experiences deepen intimacy. Every relationship is unique, but these principles explain why people are drawn to each other and how connections form. So, the next time you find yourself drawn to someone, remember, your heart isn't acting randomly. There's a scientific explanation behind your racing pulse, obsessive thoughts, and desire to be near them. Love is biology, psychology, and human connection all rolled into one. Understanding it helps us see the magic behind every spark, every bond, and every romantic journey. Falling in love isn't just a feeling, it's a full-body experience, a mixture of brain chemistry, emotional understanding, and environmental context. And that's why, despite its mysteries, love remains one of the most powerful and fascinating forces in human life.